You can do this into Fubuki throws. You can actually go into a throw from this. Paying attention, then you can mix with the actual lows. Man, Kunimitsu with back 2 is going to be insane. Hey everyone, welcome to my Scaling YouTube channel. I'm your host Eddie Wang, and it's time to talk about my secondary character, and I'm meaning Kunimitsu. And I have seen the list of the most heavily nerfed characters, and she is among them. But I don't think Kunimitsu has been heavily nerfed. I think she has been slightly nerfed, not heavily. That's maybe because I play a very conservative Kuni and not a hanga banga Kunimitsu. And I'm going to explain the main difference between both before I go over the changes. So there were two types of Kunimitsu ever since the season 4 dropped. The first one was the Anga Banga one, which would do anything in her power to mix you from any single position that she got, and she really had tools to enforce this. You could see this on down forward 3+4, on sidestep 2 1+2, which was a knockdown. On counter hit, this was now changed. She had a very annoying back 2 that led to a knockdown. She has set 2, which it's a tracking move still. You cannot really sidewalk this. She has a hop kick with amazing range. Head knockdown game is insane, right? And this move used to be -2 on block, which led like to guaranteed lows. And you can even do the -5, the -2 version of this move, sidestep people, sidewalk people trying to mash it and then launch. It was really crazy. And one of the biggest one were this, and the biggest, I believe the biggest nerf to Kunimitsu was damage nerf. That is probably the biggest nerf. This one being 10-10, it's not much of a bigger deal. The important thing here is to hit people who are trying to crouch against Kuni. So this forces a crouch is really great for her. And the back 2 is what some people are crying over because it was nerfed. This is still a power crash move. It just resets the neutral, and the damage of the kunai was nerfed. No biggie at all. So why I am saying that these things are no biggie? Because the Anga Banga Kunimitsu play with all these tools to make you cry. If they sense that you are going to throw a jab and they do this, there is a chance that you won't hit them out of this move or out of this move. These two moves now have a bigger hitbox, and while standing 1-1 is now -12 on block as well, which is punishable. But Kunimitsu still has this, right? She still has while standing 4, and you can still do while standing 2, which is safe. You can still do while standing 1, which is -7, with the risk, of course, of having a delayed follow-up for this option. So no biggie. One nerf that I predicted for Kunimitsu was the back throw doing less damage, which is something that I was already expecting it. It does 5 less. Actually 5 less isn't much, but it's still great because now this is going to do less damage and they have more chance to live, but it still does quite a lot, as you guys can see. I didn't think that they would actually nerf this, but they did. Oh, I'm enraged. That is why it's still doing a lot of damage. Let me just change this real quick. So this move does much less now, as you guys can see. So this is going to do less. It's going to do 70 instead of the 75 that used to do, right? It used to be a lot more. So kinda no biggie at all. So the Anga Banga Kunimitsu got really nerfed. That is why some people are saying that Kuni was heavily nerfed, and that some are even considered switching characters. Thank God. You can go and learn another character in a pinch I actually main Kunimitsu. So I play conservative Kuni, and what conservative Kuni uses to win in this game, it's really very small things, and I'm going to highlight every single one of these tools that a conservative Kuni is going to use to play Tekken, rather than everything that got nerfed, right? So Kunimitsu has a -2 down forward 1. This is a main tool for Kunimitsu. This wasn't touched, and still has that crazy pushback on block. The move alone is a natural combo counter for down forward 1-2. Her jab is still a natural combo counter for 1-4. 1-2 still does good damage, and it's plus it still does really good damage and doesn't have changes at all, and it's still guaranteed from the first hit. This one is still going to be a wall splat. This one is still huge. It still has super delayable follow-ups. This one is still -14, no biggie, and that is pretty much it. Kunimitsu plays with a jab, with a down 4-1, with a down 4, and maybe a down 1 when she needs to. These are the moves that a conservative Kuni is going to use. So this is one of the reasons why I think the nerfs for Kunimitsu aren't much of a bigger deal. She wasn't heavily nerfed. She was just, I think, normalized slightly, but she is still a pretty good character, because there is a move that Kunimitsu that wasn't touched that is still a anga banga move. I'm talking about set 2. Set 2 is still going to track whoever tries to move against it, and it's still going to make very hard to deal with mix-ups against Kunimitsu. It's a core tool for her play. It's one of the reasons why it wasn't touched. Not many people believe this move is actually dangerous, at least not the devs, but this move is pretty annoying. So now let me show you some things. One thing that I think is going to be used at the wall is air back 2. Back 2 for Kunimitsu is +20 at the wall. +20 at the wall. This is pretty big. This is pretty big. As you guys see in this, the further it hits, the further this move hits, the best like she becomes. So this move being +20 at blast radius, right? It's one of the attempts to say closer moves. This move being closer at +20 is going to guarantee a down forward 3. A down forward 3 is going to be on the mix, and the opponent can try to duck this, but this is a forcible mix, because you can do down forward 3 into sidestep, actually, to avoid it. You can do this into a full crash cancel. You can do this into Fubuki. You can go this straight into hit confirmables. Of course, you won't go for Fubuki from here because it's going to be punishable, but you can still do this. You can still do this. You can still do this, is guaranteed. You can do this, go for a low, set into crouch. Kunimitsu, man. This is 20 frames, right? This is 20 frames. So this is huge. This is huge. You can do this. You can do this into throws. You can actually go into a throw from this, which is going to make them duck. And you can now go for a orbital. You can go for a 4-4-2. You can go for an unblockable. You can go for this. You can even go for fake. See this? You can go for fake lows, and if they are actually not paying attention, then you can mix with the actual lows. Man, Kunimitsu with back 2 is going to be insane. That is a fact. Back 2 was already a great move, but now but now this move is going to be crazy. And I think of that because the wall splat was always great. Let's see if we can replicate what I'm planning on. Spring attack. Okay, so let's say I get what do I get for a wall splat? This. Come on, do not take this way. Okay, let's see if we can get this. This is still going to be a wall splat, right? Regardless. See, it's still going to be a wall splat. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if the opponent wakes up. If he catches you in the air, you are done. And if he catches you on wake up, she is going to mix. Oh man, it's going to be glorious. It's going to be glorious. Kunimitsu is insane. Yeah, so I don't really think this character got heavily nerfed. She was just changed a little bit, but the goal for Kunimitsu is still going to be the same as it was. So Anga Banga Kunimitsu is partially dead, but a conservative unit that plays safe with pokes, it's very much alive. It actually never left because the bullshits are still there. The teleport is still going to be there. Orbital with no whiff recoveries are still there. Slide with low hitboxes are still there. What else is still there? Everything else. This is still a thing. Don't forget that this is still a thing. And if you duck, GG's, right? Because this one is still, this is still a thing. This wasn't touched. Ah man. GG's. This still works, so I don't really see it. I don't really see this character being that nerfed. I don't see it. Kunimitsu is still great. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit your like, subscribe, and if you already subscribed, make sure to stay subscribed by hitting the notification bell. The like is free and it helps put my channel exposure to YouTube so I can get more viewers, and it helps me out a little bit. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and see you guys on the next one.